بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين.
Interpretation of the Holy Quran.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. With the help of Allah, we began a brief commentary of Quran. We got to chapter Maeda, the 5th chapter of Quran, which is revealed in Medina. It has 120 verses. Please listen to verse 45.
وكتبنا عليهم فيها أن النفس بالنفس والعين بالعين والأنف بالأنف والأذن بالأذن والسن بالسن والجروح قصاص فمن تصدق به فهو كفارة له ومن لم يحكم بما أنزل الله فأولئك هم الظالمون.
And we prescribe to them in it that life is for life, an eye for eye, and nose for nose, an ear for ear, and tooth for tooth, and reprisal in wounds. But he who forgoes it, it shall be an expiation for him. And whoever did not judge by Allah, by what Allah revealed, those are they that are unjust. In previous section we talked a little about this verse and we promise to continue. Allah says in this verse that we prescribed for Jew in Torah the law of retaliation, life for life, and tooth for tooth, eye for eye, and ear for ear, and also وَالْجُرُوحُ قِصَاص, and also the wound. There is a retaliation in wound. If a person injures another person, there is a right for a person who is injured to ask the judge to do exactly the same to a person who injured him. Regarding to the retaliation in Islamic jurisprudence, we must understand that we have the same law in Islam. But in Islam, there are more details. For example, in the law of Torah, we didn't have the blood money. But in Islam, we have blood money too. It means at the same time that there is a right for retaliation, at the same time that there is possibility and it is encouraged that the family or the guardian of a person who is killed, murdered, or is injured to forgive the murderer. At the same time, there is another option in Islam that a person who is injured or a person who is murdered, the guardian of such a person will come and ask for blood money. Blood money, the money for one person, for life of a person, some amount of money, for hand, some amount, which part of hand, there is difference, only fingers or all hands, one hand or two hands, the nose, one eye or two eyes, ears, all of them have some prices in Islam. Regarding to retaliation, which is a very important chapters in Islamic jurisprudence, I would like to mention a few issues that in the chapter of retaliation in Islamic jurisprudence are talking about that. I'm not going to explain and go to more details. Only I would like to point out to some of these issues. For example, in Islam, there is a difference that a person who is the murderer, what is his relation to a person who is murdered. The murderer is man or woman. The person who is killed, exactly the same, is a male or female, man or woman, is difference. In Islam, if the father will kill his son, he should be punished, but there is no retaliation. But from the other side, if the son will kill his father, yes, there is a retaliation in Islam. When we talk about retaliation, we mean if a person intentionally he kills another person, then there is a right for the family or the guardian of a person who is killed to ask the judge to retaliate and take the life of a murderer. Otherwise, if a person by mistakes he takes the life of another person, like accident, for example, or something like that, no, there is no qisas, there is no retaliation in such a. In that case, only he can ask either for the blood money or forgive. The injury is the same. If a person cuts the hand of another person, or the leg, or the eye, or the ear, yes, there is retaliation if a person has committed the crime intentionally, knowingly, not by mistakes. Also, when we say retaliation, it means it is in the case that we know for sure that if we retaliate, the person who has injured is not going to lose his life. If we know that such an injury, if we do the same to a person who has committed a crime, if we cut, for example, his leg or his, I don't know, eyes or ears, if we know he's going to lose his life, then it is wrong and we cannot do the same, we cannot retaliate. Only we should go for second option or third option. Second option, to take the blood money, or only to forgive. Another issue, a person who has committed adultery, he will be punished and retaliated if he is a normal person. He has an intellect, and he is not mad, and he is adult. So if that person is a child and killed another person, there is no retaliation in such a. Of course, there is a blood money for some members of the family, but there is no retaliation. Or that person was not okay, he was mad, for example. So either he is not an adult, he is under the age of 15 if he is a boy, under 10 years old if that is a girl. So if it is a child, or it is he is a mad, there is no retaliation in such a circumstances. Another issue, when we talk about the retaliation, for example, we say if a person cuts the hand of another person, should be punished, and there is a right to ask the judge to cut his hand. His hand should be equal of a person whose hand is cut. It means if one of them is not health, another person's hand is health, they are not equal. Both of them should be equal. Either are health, both of them the same, or they are not health, both of them should be the same. Otherwise, we don't have retaliation. Legs are the same, eyes are the same. And also, if 2-3 people are helped each other to kill one person. In such a case, what should we do? Most of the Shia scholars believe that, okay, if two people will kill one person, they help each other and kill one person, yes, the guardian of a person who is murdered can ask the judge to take the life of two people, but since the price of one person, for example, is $10,000, for example, okay, we are going to take the life of two people, which are $20,000. So $10,000 for $10,000, but we should give the money for each person half of the price. It means to the family of each person $5,000. Then the family, the guardian of a person who is killed, can ask the judge to take the life for two people. So we can, most of the scholars, Shia scholars says, you can take the life of two, but you should pay the price first, half of the money. If they are three, exactly the same. To each one, two-thirds of the money you should give, then you can take the life. If they are four, exactly the same, and etc. But there are some Shia scholars that says, no, if there are two people killed together one person, they should not be killed, because Allah says, an-nafsu bin-nafs, life for life. But this is two life, you cannot take it. Some scholars says, but if we agree to take the life, we should pay the money. And these scholars says, no, definitely you should go to second option. It means only to take the blood money, since they are two people. There are some more about the same verse that inshallah in next section I'm going to talk about it. Thank you very much for watching. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.